Hey there, how are you? Pretty good except for cramps again. Oh no, I'm sorry. Have we ever surveyed the plains? Not that we need perception, really. I think no. Yeah. Should we do it just so that we have done it? And see what happens there? Also, I think our animals should be fairly close to getting a pip. Yes. We're 2 away from the pip. And right now... we have rebellion increased. Alright, let's survey the plains. When you boarded the expedition's autobus this morning, you didn't know what to expect. It trundled you and the other surveyors a few clicks north to the prosaic plains, a high flat area with cooler weather than your colony. You could barely control your excitement as you watched the landscape change. And now you're here. You're finally old enough for a real survey mission away from the colony. You greet Chief Surveyor Utopia at the depot. This here is a plas cutter, she says, handing you one. It's a tool for cutting and heating things. You can use it to make fire, cauterize a wound, boil water, and it cuts some materials pretty alright. You can use it for self-defense too, but I don't suggest it. That gives plus 10 combat and plus 2 to toughness challenges. That's cool. Are we gonna be in danger or... Cool! Fire! Change back to the TV, so might be a few seconds behind again. Alright. Are we gonna be in danger? She makes a so-so motion with her hand. This is a quiet area, and what we're doing, we're not supposed to be in danger. We're just gonna be taking notes and pictures, keeping track of all the flora and fauna we see. Just don't touch anything, unless I ask you to take a sample. Everything is potentially dangerous. We don't know much about what's out there, which is why we need surveyors. Even young'uns like you. The prosaic plains are a sparse region. Like you can assume from the name, you can see things from a long way off. Utopia sees you squinting at the horizon. And what are you gonna do if you see something coming for you? Avoid it, try to pet it, or kill it. Avoid it. Good kid. Utopia approves, patting you on the back. We don't need any trouble. Dis joins you. He must have come on an earlier autobus. Ah, good, you're here, Utopia says, digging out another plas cutter for Dis. You 2 greenhorns are with me for the foreseeable. Now, we don't gotta sniff each other's butts all the time out there, but I do expect y'all to be in yelling distance. Comms can get spotty out here. You and Dis share knowing glances. You've both been sneaking out to explore long before you were officially allowed to. Utopia also hands you a surveying drone and shows you how to launch it. It'll automatically perform local scans of wherever you go, though detailed scans still need to be done manually. When you return here to the depot, it'll upload its findings to the HoloNet. Your job is to cover ground, see what's out there, and so long as it isn't dangerous, record it. She slaps you on the back. Alright team, don't get yourselves killed out there, okay? Thanks for the vote of confidence, I guess. Ooh. Yellow flower. You're new. Hi, bud. Your stomach is starting to grumble for a mid-afternoon snack when you happen to spot a bush bearing some delicious-looking fruit. The bush is growing atop a large boulder, its roots twining down the craggy weathered stone. You've never seen this fruit before, but a small bird-like creature is eating one, so there's a chance it's edible. Oh, this is pretty similar then. I guess, but probably more dangerous, and it probably gives us better bonuses. You've never seen this fruit before, but a small bird-like creature is eating one, so there's a chance it's edible. Pick the fruit, look a little closer, or ignore it. We have the perception for it. We look a little closer. You analyze this fruit from a distance. Yup, looks delicious. Glistening with dew, like little bird-like things are pecking at it. The branches sway in the wind. Wait, there's no wind. You notice the rock between the bush is also swaying gently. Wait, this is an animal. It's an arborescent photosynth. Utopia calls them bush bubs. And it seems to be asleep. They're very dangerous when provoked, so you decide you'd rather not disturb it. We got a +1 in animals. Oh hey, it's this thing again. You almost bump into Diz. He's being so still and quiet, hunched over and looking down down a little knoll. It's so cool looking though. Yeah, but apparently just don't anger it, which seems like good advice. He shushes at you and points. Don't scare them. You follow his finger and see what looks like a bush shaking violently. 2 bushes actually, at opposite ends of the clearing. Oh, they're bush bubs. From far away they really do look just like plants and rocks. They're fighting over territory, Diz says. I hope they won't hurt each other. Neat, I hope it's bloody. How do you know that? Or shout and scare the bush bubs? I hope they won't hurt each other. They won't, Diz whispers. They do it by dancing. Watch. Oh, that's cool. You watch the 2 creatures face off, rhythmically rustling the leaves. The leaves that grow out of their heads and backs. Their gangly branch-like antennae swing over their heads as they rear up to their full heights. Even from far away, they look imposing, like agile boulders. +2 to physical cards next to it. That's cool. The bush bubs dance. We also get +1 in animals, which means we get the pip. And +2 friendship with this. One goes, then the other. They watch each other carefully, alternating and repeating the other's motions, trying to outdo each other. They're having a dance battle. Ultimately, the smaller, more graceful one seems to be declared the winner. The loser plops back down and shuffles away into the jungle, defeated. That is amazing. $33. Yeah, we should get the pip any moment. Maybe when we return. What's this? One of your jobs as a surveyor is to document the flora and fauna through photographs. You've spotted some kind of baby photosynth. All shaggy purple fur with leaves growing out of its head. It's grazing up on top of a large mushroom cap. You've got a camera built into your holopalm, but it's not equipped to capture difficult shots like this. You'll need to put in the work. Find a good angle, try to get close, or find something else to photograph. We're trying to take a picture of a baby. The problem with getting close to babies is, where are the parents? try to get close, I guess. Yeah, I think animal challenge is better though, because we need that more. I hope that wasn't a mistake. I mean, we'll find out. Wait, that gives me a... Six plus 3? Carp becomes 2. Oh. That makes more sense. Carp becomes 2 again, I don't like that. Wait, let me see. Okay, so you stay a 3... Sort of. Yeah, and you don't get points for the gems, okay. Oh no, wait, that was the wrong card. This one. Yeah, no, you don't get the points for the gems. With card becomes 2 there, I cannot get the condition that I want. Oh, I can't put you next to this one. Well, at least this way I'm just losing 1 point. No, not you next to this one. That would be 26 with that. What about this? 23. Good enough? You cautiously crawl up beside your subject, raising your hollow palm to get the best close-up possible. Ouch! Just as the camera takes the picture, your subject bites you on the finger. Ah! You hope it's not venomous. On the bright side, you got the shot. Well, we didn't get got by its parents. Let's... I mean, it's probably not venomous. Otherwise... Yeah, this just leads back around, so I can just skip this one for now. So that I can explore further. A series of small circular pools chain together to form an impassable body of water. You don't see an obvious route through, though the path does continue off in the distance on the other side. Look for a place to cross or go around. Perception challenge, obviously. +2 for cards with gems. Wait. Oh no, +2 to cards with gems, other way around. Okay. Then 4, 5, 6. 23 points already? Looks good. +1 of this card. Eh. One, 2, 3. We don't have a 4. But we do have an easy win. God, perception is really getting close to 100. There's a narrow place where two pools meet that you think you can leap over. These little ponds look too small to house anything really dangerous, you hope. You approach the water's edge. Leap of faith. You make it over the narrow gap. Nice, you feel empowered. Got a bravery as well, that's cool. Hey, it's Diz. Well, we should take the Diz road, shan't we? Hey, Solace. Diz greets you cautiously as you pass on the narrow path. Hey, do you want me to show you something? Diz almost never makes overtures of friendship. Whatever it is must be pretty cool. Yes, you always find the coolest stuff. Nod quietly and follow him, or... Nah, maybe later. Yes, you always find the coolest stuff. You follow him for nearly half an hour. A couple times he stops to listen for something, then continues onward, tromping through the fields of broad-topped mushroom trees and swaying antler ferns. After a while you start to wonder if he's just lost. You're about to say something about it when he holds his hand up for silence and directs you to crawl under a huge mushroom. On the other side you have a view down to one of the perfectly round ponds. Taking up most of it is an enormous xeno, its legs deep underwater. It's a balneal, Dis tells you. They live in the swamps. You don't usually see them here. This one seems totally at home. It dips its long neck and even longer mouth into the pond, sucking up water from the bottom and spewing it out of a spout at the back of its head. The spray of beautiful turquoise water sparkles in the sun. Tiny colorful bird-like creatures dart around it, catching the tiny fish that come spraying out. Sit and watch quietly? What's it doing? Or we should kill it while it's distracted. Sit and watch quietly. You enjoy the pretty scene together. Thanks, Diz. Okay, this was a dead end. There's just always that one unhinged option. I know. There was no way we were gonna go for the kill option. You've stopped to admire the light glinting off the water of a shallow circular lake when you notice some strange rocks near your feet. They're pink and red, bobbing in the shallow water at the shore. The rocks are flashing golden yellow. This one, then that one, then a pause, then that one, then the first one again. You thought it was reflected sunlight at first, but no. The rocks themselves are glowing. Touch a random rock, repeat the pattern, pick a rock up, or leave the weird rocks. Repeat the pattern. You play a memory game with them, touching the stones in the pattern they give you. You feel emotions coming from the rocks. Affection, interest, gratefulness. Somehow you understand. They like the contact. Are they creatures or rocks? Sometimes the lines between the two can be blurry. On Autumna. They can't move, but learn about the world from creatures who pass by and touch them. Like the way animals rub to leave their scent, these rocks entice animals to play with them and leave information about the world. You get the sense they're excited for your new scent. To what end? You don't know. Yeah, you're too worn out and you have to go home now. It's fine. We did a lot. It is now late wet. Isn't that this' birthday? Level 2 pets. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. Hell yeah. Guess what we're doing now? Wait. I wanted to check out birthdays. Late wet. Yes, but first, does this interest you? Happy birthday, Diz. Gotta change, it's getting actually a little cold. I am so jealous. For my birthday, he mumbles. Oh, thank you. This looks like it's from a very rare plant. Did you find out why you were exploring? Tang, where are you? There you are. Happy birthday. It seems you've remembered my birthday, Tang says, taking the root and turning them over in her hands. Her lip curls in distaste at the dirt that still cling to them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. I mean, she did like it. This is a really good card. But the +5 in animals basically is the reason why we just got the pip. Also the flushes are pretty good. Like getting a bonus on them is pretty good. Combat does suck though. Maybe you will have to be exchanged for Riki? I don't know. Relax in the park. Yamana's tending to her garden as you relax nearby. You're both happy to leave each other alone, but you can hear her muttering to herself as she pulls weeds. Every day, she grumbles. You'd think I was never here at all, with how much some of these weeds grow. I thought that bringing only nice plants would mean we wouldn't have to weed as much, but these autumnal plants, they're unstoppable. She pulls hard on one weed, which turns out to be a huge creeping vine that yanks out a few flowers. I just want one place on this planet that's ours. Help her pull weeds, ask more about Earth, or stay quiet. Stay quiet. Your mum dumps a huge armful of weeds, welcome back, into a wheelbarrow. These go all the way to the edge of the colony, she says wearily. Whatever plant these roots belong to, they're invading my garden. She turns toward the walls and yells, "You stupid pink bastard, stay out there where you belong!" Okay. So, we can get rid of first steps or doing paperwork. This one doesn't have anything else. This one gives us +1 for each unplayed card. I mean, yeah, we're forgetting first steps. It's been a long month of being cooped up indoors while it poured rain and everything got too muddy and gross to play outside. You and the other teens are in the lounge again, and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Kel are bickering about something, and this must be bored enough to that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Anemone is trying to do a dance she learned from watching Holobits, and she's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You're starting to feel a little off too, but like, it's weird. Like you want to yell, but at the same time you want to take off all your clothes and streak through the colony square. Anemone dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all and herself clattering to the floor. "Hey, watch it!" This snaps. "Dance your stupid dance somewhere else." "It's not stupid," Anemone sniffles from the floor. "You don't have to be so mean to me." "Boo-hoo," Mars teases. "What are you going to do? Dance about it? You're so childish. Who even cares?" "Hey, everyone just shut up," Cal exclaims from across the room. Honestly, you all fight all the time. You stay inside where it's nice and dry and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine, whine, whine. "You're not better just because you work outside," Tang joins in. "You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside." She opens her hollow palm and flies her fingers over the screen. "There, see? Next month I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want." Unicode pokes her head in from the command corridor. "Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge." Everyone goes quiet for about a second and then explodes into arguing again. Unicode throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Time to go wild? Yay, fight fights? Everyone just shut up. Calm down, everybody. Teenagers. Calm down, everybody. Everyone ignores you and keeps squabbling. Mask chases Cal and everyone else chases her, and somehow you all end up in the classroom. Suddenly Mars shouts, "Okay, everyone, everyone!" She claps her hands. 1, 2, 3, look at me! Everyone, shut up! Everyone stops arguing and looks at Mars in shock. "I have an idea," she says. "We should decorate the classroom." No one seems excited by this prospect until she adds, "with toilet paper. Come on, it'll be pretty." Now everyone's on board. You can feel yourself getting excited too. This is so naughty. You might get in trouble, but who cares? You're having fun. Try to stop them, join them, or make it into a competition. Now we're talking. join them. You join the others in throwing rolls of toilet paper over anything you can reach, decorating the classroom with roll after roll of white gauzy garlands. By the time you're finished, it drapes off every desk and science experiment. Mars looks at your work with satisfaction. Much better, she says. Chief Engineer Instance finally arrives to see what all the noise is and throws her hands up in dismay. The kids scatter before she can make anyone clean up. The next day you all feel terrible. It feels like your arms and legs are made of lead, and it takes so much energy to do anything. You can barely make it out of bed. All the energy from yesterday has been drained out of you, and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of you can't even get out of bed, and when you do, your moods are all over the place. Aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until your batteries run out and you sleep for over 12 hours straight. You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching Holovitz and grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and Chief Engineer Instance come storming through the door. You! Instance snaps, smacking the bowl of pixie beans out of Mars's hands. Stop eating those! This instant! Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense into Instance, but your dad steps in. I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They're not safe for your kids to be eating. Oh, for fuck's sake, you tell us now? You've been feeding us poison? Mars shrieks. Oh, you! Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Mars, calm down. They're not poison. There's just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone, your big teenage growing hormones, and the brain likes binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hypo and hypermania. Ah, when Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkwardly. Translation, he says, it's been making you kids act silly and feel sick. I'm sorry. Instance frowns. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean. I thought something was up. Well, yeah, it was a bit too much of the, teenage hijinks, I guess. Your dad looks distraught. Flula was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things, but shit, she's still going to be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly ever see him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Okay, the status hormones ended. And -1 for colony food. Time for glow. I love glow. It's also the only time in the year where we can get these. The crystal clusters. Yeah, we're not allowed to go out. Almost there. Also, did doing the garden thing do anything for our card? No, it still looks the same. Wait, did I unequip it just now? Yes, I did. Right. We have the option of shoveling dirt, working on the farm, researching xenobotany. We could go for more organizing. This gives us 2 organizing. I think that's better than anything else we have. It also gives us biology, which might not be bad either. Let's research xenobotany. The geoponics domes are a comforting beacon of light during glow. While everything else is throwing off an unsettling alien light, the domes are stable, dependable, human. You like spending time in them, tending to the seedings that will be transplanted into the fields in pollen. I think that was better than what we had before. Either way, it's a win. $39 and 45. Alright. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens with Cal and Anemone when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents went off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Anemone declares that she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Get inside and stay quiet, watch from the walls, or help defend the gates. Last time during Glow, when we did something stupid, we got a pet for it. Well, what do I think? I think getting inside and staying quiet is boring. I think we will get in trouble for helping to defend the gates. But, like, so far when we got in trouble it was, like, nothing really. There might be something in it for us to learn from. Watching from the walls could be the wild card, as in anything could happen there. Which might be the most interesting outcome, but it might also be boring and nothing happens. We're helping? Sure. We're helping to defend the gates. We get heroic status again, nice. And rebellion. You scramble down from the walls and are immediately faced with a seething wall of Hopeyes. You kind of thought they were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's swarms of them now. Or something happens to Anemone when we're not there. Damn it, I'm unsure about this. Fuck. We'll find out. And not just Hopeyes. Once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes. These wild centipede-like looking things with long spider legs and at least one giant many-eyed thing that's hovering clear of the ground, defying gravity. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through the walls. It's dark and chaotic. Com sees you through the fray. "Solace!" he shouts. "Get to safety!" You're suddenly not sure this is a good idea, but then you look up and see Anemone shouting encouragement from up on the wall. Well, Anemone liked this. I can't fight because I don't have combat skills. I can't fight tactically, rather. I can fight bravely or I can run away. Also, is Com just gonna fight with a sports ball? Is Com trying to hit as many of the Hopeyes with a ball as he can? Fight, fight, fight. Okay. Making up with guts for what you lack in sense or skill. You charge in without a plan or real weapon. Well, I got bravery for it. Looks like it, right? Yeah, I think so. You're immediately rammed in the side by what looks like a living pile of rocks and you go down. You see sky, then dead, then sky again, as you're tossed through the air before you land in a heap at the base of the wall. Through the ringing in your ears, you can hear Anemone screaming for Com to help. I got status injured. Physical skill increases reduced by 1, heal by relaxing. Okay. But we also got +1 for all physical skill increases for 3 months. You stumble to your feet, body vibrating with adrenaline. You can feel blood trickling over your face, and it hurts like someone stabbing you in the chest when you breathe. Com runs over and sends bolts of energy coursing from his stung gloves to the creature, but being mostly comprised of rock, it seems unfazed. It does, however, swing its head to look at him, giving you a chance to flee. Be a hero anyway, which is a very difficult combat challenge, or run away. Maybe we should start getting combat points soon. So far we have nothing in combat. Maybe not this way. Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance that we can't win the combat challenge, is the thing. Maybe next year we have to grind combat a bit. Although organizing is still gonna be a good thing if we get that for, like, the second pip at least. I think we're also getting fairly close on empathy there for the first pip. Anyway, what shall we do? Try and win a challenge that is probably unbeatable, or run away? Let's run? Yeah, I think so. Com's right, this is no place for a kid. You take the chance to flee to where Anemone is rushing to take you to medbay. You'll definitely need some time to recover from your injuries, but you're able to return home later that night. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mum says. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hands across the tabletop. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, rutabaga. When he sees that you're limping, still a little loopy from the medbed. Solids, what happened? Are you hurt? What happened to the fields? It was only a flesh wound. Oh yeah, I got totally messed up. I don't think we know the reference here. How are we supposed to know the flesh wound reference? What happened to the fields? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late. And we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. Thanks, Mum. Maybe the dad told us. He seems to be the reference. Yeah, he could be. We also have a new picture now. We got big. Didn't. Start age 14. Look at us all growing up. You spot Cal kneeling in the dirt, digging up root vegetables and frowning. They're so small this year, he says, holding one up and examining it. Maybe there's just not enough nutrients in the soil. Is it something we're doing wrong? I love that new design for him there. Biology 40 or greater, we have that. Hell yeah. Embarrassing lesson. Keep between rounds. Okay. You tell him about the time Tang brought a skunk bug for show and tell in biology, and it got scared. It made the worst, most smelliest, grossest stink you have ever smelled, and everyone thought Tang had farted. Then Professor Hell had to clear out the whole room, and it took weeks to get the smell out of the beanbags, and it was so gross. But also kind of neat how such a tiny bug could make a whole room of kids run away. Cal laughs. I remember that, Solace, except the way I heard it, it wasn't Tang, it was you. It was neither of us. Neither of us farted. I can't help you with the animals yet. Can't tell you what I've learned today. Oh, nice. We still can't tell you about the day we've had because we still have 0 points in persuasion. Oh, Tang has something new. Damn, Tang! Tangent looks up from her holopalm, blinking as her eyes refocus in the middle distance and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. You wonder if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hello, Solace, she says, already cagey. Did you need something? No, I just came by to say hello. Hair! I mean, what's up with your hair? I love that design. But yeah, we're 14 now, all of our designs have changed, which is very, very fun. Hair, I mean, what's up with your hair? Tang shrugs. It's too hot here, she says dismissively. If evolution hasn't seen fit to solve the problem, then adaptive behaviors will have to do. That's fair. Don't have empathy, come on, what's the real story? Can't do that. I like it. Flirt option. I'm into women with short hair. You look like the backside of a Hopeye. Why is there always one mean option? Apparently, we can romance people now. I like it. She shrugs again. Would you like me to add you to the tally of people who have an opinion about my personal appearance? It's quite riveting, if you're into that sort of thing. Tang turns back to her reports. It's not about looking good, she says. This is more efficient. Fair enough, Tang. Sorry, I will never choose the romance option. That's fair. Alright. Anemone is in the middle of tying her mane of hair away from her face. Oh, hey, Solace, she says, a hair tie between her teeth. Just about to go for a run. Wanna come? I'm not tough enough. Yeah, that makes sense for this. Also. You find this sitting in the mouth of one of the wall's drainage sewers. In wet season, excess rainwater is diverted out here so it doesn't flood inside the walls. In the meantime, it looks like this has set up a little base here with pillows and a stash of snacks. His alien communication device hisses with static. He looks up from his holo screen as you pop your head inside the drain. Hey, Solace, he says quietly before going back to the game he'd been playing. What are you playing? You haven't heard of it, he says, without looking up. I made it myself. Nice. You squeeze into the narrow drain pipe and sit down next to Diz. On his holopad is a picture of Mars, and you watch him drag a match from the sidebar and drop it on her face. Little animated flames wiggle over the picture, leaving parts of it looking charred. It's pretty crude, but you think you get the point. Dude, where did you learn how to do that, or what happened with Mars? I mean, I get that she's mean and everything, but please, please don't even fantasize about burning her. That's really worrying. Where did you learn how to do that? It's pretty simple, Diz says. The light from his holoscreen reflects in his eyes as he looks at you in the gloom. People on Earth used to make this kind of stuff all the time, and I have a lot of time to learn new things. What happened with Mars? Diz shrugs. Same thing that always happens, he says. He resets the game, then drags a bomb from the sidebar onto the picture of Mars. It explodes and the picture disintegrates. She booked my name down for every appointment with the nanoprinter because she thinks my clothes are always torn up and dirty all the time, he continues. So I got in trouble for wasting resources. Wow, that sucks. I tried to tell them it was her, but Mars never gets in trouble. Everyone likes her, he mumbles. But it's fine. I don't need anyone to like me. I don't care if they hate me. I hate them. Oh, I see. Diz goes back to playing his game, content not to talk to you. I want to try. That's really unhinged. You need help. Why don't you just talk to Mars instead? I want to try. Sure, Diz replies. He links his holopalm to yours and you feel the haptic pulse as the game files transfer. You open the game and are presented with an option. Whose picture do you choose? Mars, definitely Mars. Anemone or my mum? I think we're beyond talking with Mars. I mean, yeah, but this is still very worrying. No, I didn't like any of the previous options either. I definitely did not want to play this quote-unquote game. Ugh. Entangling myself in the cable. I guess Mars then, definitely not the others. Yeah, that's fair. You load up a picture of Mars. Screw her, she's so bossy and mean. This is right, she's the worst. You drag a knife from the toolbox onto the picture. Thwunk right through the face. It feels good. In a weird way. You probably shouldn't think about that too hard. I mean, we do bond with him. Sorry, I thought it was bonding with him and would help him. Don't know if it helped him. It didn't help me. You spent a few hours letting off steam with this. Fucking hell, hours? Loading different pictures of your classmates and commiserating about life in the colony. After a while, he even starts to smile a little bit. I don't really want to hurt anyone. This confides in you. Sometimes it feels like I have so many angry thoughts inside my head that there's no room for anything else. He turns off his holopalm and looks down at his hands. Even if it makes me feel kinda gross after, it's better than feeling numb. Yeah, you should probably talk to somebody. It does help him, I guess, but he should definitely talk to somebody. Right, we've met all the classmates. We could go back outside, but we are very drained already. We could go for more of the organizing work. We get combat, I think, by doing training here. Defense training. Gives us combat, yeah. I think that's the only thing that does. So far our combat is at 7. Yeah, let's do defense training. You've heard Security Chief Red is on the lookout for lookouts. Hehe. That is for kids to chill out on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. He gives you a once-over, eyes narrowed. Alright, he says. Look over there at the end of the field. What does that sign say? Read it out loud, fail to read it, or refuse to play his game. We just about have enough perception to do that. Read it out loud. You can read the sign easily. It says, if you can read this, your eyesight is 20/20. Huh, what a weird sign. What does that mean? Red nods in approval. Good, you pass. Come back next month and I'll put you on the roster. Unlocked lookout duty in the garrison. Alright. Good enough. We got 4 combat from that, that's good. It's your birthday. You wake from a night of blissfully peaceful dreams. No nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery, quiet sunlight that seeps through the porthole window. Things are always changing on Vatumna, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home, complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. It's Auntie Sedent. She sweeps into your room in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you, she says. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's crash, but all the kids still call her auntie and think of her as a close relative. I think Anemone still calls her mum. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. I think that's her mum anyway. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Solace, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young adult, but I want you to know I will always, always be here for you. Just like your mum and dad, she says firmly. Okay, enough with the mushy stuff, which is smart for my age. Thanks, Auntie Sedent, which is Auntie Sedent's love. Or I don't want to grow up, Auntie, which is the same. This is 4 plus a gem, and this is just 4. Let's look at my cards. I have a lot of yellow cards. I have more blue. The least of all I have red. That's 12 yellows, 16 blue, and 8 red, 1 joker. And we still have the memory of giggling. But at least at this point, that's our only 0 card, except for the one for our power. That I don't think we can. And there it is. I don't know if we can even get rid of that one. But the yellow ones are always pretty low, at least some of them. Yeah. Well, we do have several yellow 4s. We do have stuff that gives us more points on gem cards and cards that get points for gems on them. So gems are good. Okay, enough with the mushy stuff. She laughs and releases your hand. Well then, mixed maturity, how about you call me Aunt Anne from now on, like the other adults do? Okay. Now come on in here, Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder you see Anemone standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out and there's no hiding it behind a corner. She skips into your quarters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older. Enjoy being 2 years older than me for a few months. Thanks. I thought you were on your way to Medbay, Anne tells her, and Anemone shrugs. Anne turns to you. Annie is supposed to get her menstruation cessation implant today, she says. Mom! Anemone hollers. Gross! Solace doesn't want to hear about my period. Anne smiles fondly at her daughter. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Annie. Getting your period is a beautiful thing. It reminds us that we have the ability to make life. It's a sign you're growing up and becoming an adult, and ready to take on the responsibility of taking care of that life. Anemone wrinkles her nose and throws herself on your bed. I'm never making life. Ew, pass. Eek, gross-a-rooney. What's the matter? Scared? Maybe one day the two of us could, That's a weird flirting option. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I mean, I know you're not gonna pick it anyway, but that sounds weird. She is very pretty, I agree. And I do like the scales. Eek, gross-a-rooney. Right? Anemone agrees. She's always like this. You think this is bad? When I got my period, she made me a cake with a red gooey center that said, Welcome to womanhood. She rolls her eyes. It's bad enough I, shot up overnight and got boobs and want to cry all the time. She has to go around telling everyone, too. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in the smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh look, birthday visitors, your dad exclaims. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchens, seeing as I was stopping by. She pats your hand one more time. Happy birthday again, Solace. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mum shakes her head as Anne and Anemone leave. Oh, Anne, she laughs. Sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast. But I don't know how the colony would manage without her and the children's crash, she says and points a fork at you. Family is more than the people that birthed you, Solace, and don't you forget it. There's always at least one. Goodbye. I prefer my watches to be human, thanks very much. mid-quiet. We're getting close to the point where we need to rest. Didn't even see it before you deleted it. I mean, good. Not that the lag is there, but, you know, that you didn't have to see it. Right, should we go for more combat training? Or, like, the new thing. We haven't seen the new thing yet. Lookout duty. What does that do? Perception animals. We don't really need that right now. Like, perception is already really good. But should we do it because it's the new thing? Yeah, let's just do it once at least. Lookout duty. You show up bright and early for muster with the other garrison recruits. It's mostly younger people. The older, more experienced security officers are all posted up for guard duty. An enemy is here though, her rowdy red hair tied back into a poof. She shoots you a little grin as she falls in formation beside you. You shift from foot to foot awkwardly, not sure where to put your hands. Anemone nudges you with her elbow and gestures that you should stand like her, with your hands clasped loosely behind your back. You manage that just as Security Chief Red comes to speak to the recruits. Good morning, recruits, he calls, his voice cutting through the still morning air. He pauses, looking at the assembled band of motley youth, and taps his ear. Salute him. Good morning, Security Chief Red, or morning. Good morning, Security Chief Red. Red crosses his arms. Well, we'll be working on that, he says. Working in the garrison isn't like other jobs, children. Here you'll be expected to give 100% every day. If you burn some food in the kitchen or shovel the wrong pile of dirt in geoponics, it's no big deal. But here it can be a matter of life and death. Not just for you, but for everyone in the colony. Loyalty, dedication, self-sacrifice and honor. These are the soldier's creed, Red says, steely-gazed and even. You wonder how many battles he saw on Earth. Just like your mum, he doesn't like to talk about it. This is not a place for half-assed kids to run around and play soldier. You look around awkwardly at the other recruits. Isn't this a little intense for lookout duty? Red catches your attention wavering and speaks directly to you, staring you right in the eye. Laziness and ego have no place here, he says. If you slack off and let something slip past you, you could die. Your friends and family could die. This isn't school, he booms. This is real life, real danger. If you even blink too long, you're all dead. Mutter something sarcastic, take the no blink challenge seriously, or look away. God, I don't like this. We're just on lookout duty, it's fine. Take the no blink challenge seriously. It hurts your eyeballs, but you stare Red down until he actually laughs? Well, he cracks a smile anyway, and he looks away first. That's the spirit, Solace, he says, clapping you on the shoulder. I don't mean to scare you kids, he addresses the rest of the group, but I really do need you to know that this isn't a fun little game. You can't sneak your little friends into the watchtower, you can't work on your homework, you can't catch up on sleep. Even though lookout duty seems like an easy job for kids to do to keep busy, it's very important. I need you to take it seriously, like Solace here. Wait. Oh, first collectible use is free, that's good. I mean, if we need it, we might as well use it. We have no gems. That's sad. Right. Should we just draw the entire hand? It is free. That looks better. Five perceptions. We definitely did not need that. Where are we at this point? $92. Cool. Nothing interesting here. How are we looking? We can do one more thing. Organizing? Sure. Oh. Your dad is sitting on the fence overlooking the animal paddocks, chewing on a piece of grass. Why, Sugar Bean, he says, patting the fence next to him. Come to take a look at the wild, dangerous aliens? You watch the flat cows bob along peacefully. Every so often one of them releases a jet of liquid and lifts up into the air. Your dad laughs every time. Gross, he says. But I guess not much more weird than when we used to drink milk from cows and goats. We can help him with the animals now and get 4+1 for physical challenges. Hell yeah. Your dad is helping two bristle slugs who've gotten tangled on each other while... Well, maybe they were wrestling? Your dad doesn't want to go into the details. Oh, for fuck's sake. Somebody should tell us. He hefts up the larger one and you carefully pull apart the bristling spikes, being careful not to get jabbed yourself. 10 minutes later, they're back at it again. Your dad shrugs. The heart wants what it wants, I guess. Right, did that accidentally. Let's research xenobotany. Your work often overlaps with Tangent's work in the biochemistry and genetics lab, so it's not uncommon for her to pop by and ask questions about what you're working on, or for you to ask her for help interpreting some test results. She's uncharacteristically animated whenever she gets to talk about science, almost like she's a whole different person. She even laughs sometimes. Don't you think it's so interesting how Vertumnan species resist being classified by any known taxonomy? She asks, peering into the root network you're sandwiched between pieces of... peering into the root network you're sandwiched between pieces of clear glass. She stands up. It feels like everything is a little bit fungal, she says. Spores, fruiting bodies, mycelia networks, even in animals. Some animals here even photosynthesize. And some plants here can walk. Some animals here even photosynthesize. She nods excitedly. The division between plant, animal and fungus is less strict here than it was on Earth. At the cellular level, many animal species have properties of plants and vice versa. She launches into an explanation of how high-energy bonds store energy and require a metal catalyst like iron in human blood and chlorophyll in green earth plants. But how the different use of Vertumnan plants must mean they use an entirely unknown elemental catalyst, possibly not even a metal at all. It's a little advanced for you, but Tang is very excited about it. She stops and takes a breath, winded by her own monologue. Zounds, Solace! If the Tomlins plants and animals share an elemental catalyst, and we found out what it is, we could learn so much about this planet. Help advance her theory, which we can do. Nod along enthusiastically, show her a beautiful flower instead, or brush her off. Well, it's a better flirt option than the last one we got. We are helping advance her theory. You show Tangent what you've been working on. All the samples and simulations, the results of scans and experiments. Incredible, Tangent says, going over your notes. We've been attempting to map the genomes of various samples in order to construct a phylogenetic tree, but we're at capacity already. Can I take this? Of course, or, sure? Of course. Tangent smiles. Thank you, Solace. This is more helpful than I can say. Chief Engineer Instance forwards you some kudos for sharing your research. We got help, +1 help Tangent. Damn it. This is not very good. I mean, I can't get that one up anyway. This is not the best hand for this. This is exactly the same amount of points. Yeah, I think we need to spend some things. Wait, if we... Oh, first collectible use is free anyway. We might be able to get a straight with this, right? If we use that on the cotton candy, then we have the like the learning card, then the cotton candy, then the 1+1 for each gem, and then we put in the yellow 4 and the blue 5. That could be a play. Let's try that. Oh wait, no, we're not. We're putting it this way around. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I could have also used free new hand. Either one would have probably worked. Biology +5, +2 in organizing. Okay. Early pollen. Hey, Dad. You can hear your dad sneeze all the way from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach. On a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink, lately he's also surrounded by a fine dusting of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter of things in your quarters. Dad, wear your respirator! He gives you a hug, then brushes pollen off your shoulder, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing signs of malnourishment too, though your mum is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in patches. He sees you staring and rub his hands over his arm. Sparkling dust poofs off him in little clouds, scintillating in the light. Oh yeah, that's a new symptom, he says. Seems harmless though. Dad! You should stay inside. You should see Chief Engineering Instance. You should be wearing your mask. Or stay safe, Dad. Organizing is really a slog, like you always don't get a lot of points for it. Yeah, it's not the primary target of what we've been doing, so we don't get a bonus for it, is the problem. It is still more than we get for the other one that has it. You should be wearing your mask. And hide this beautiful face, your dad laughs, rubbing his nose. Especially now that it sparkles? He makes a big show of checking his pockets. Huh, I guess I must have left my respirator back in the greenhouse. Why can't he just take care of himself? Your dad sniffles. Gosh, I feel like someone stuffed a whole potato pot up my nose, he says. Like I could just poke a stick up there and pop fresh potato juice. Dad, gross. He just grins. What? It's true. You follow his gaze out to the fields and to the lands outside the gate. I wonder if the foragers could use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents are taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supplies. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. If it kills him, then that's a problem. Like, please take care of yourself. He already collapsed once from it, and was very close to collapsing a second time. Right, we definitely need to rest. Let's try to go to the park again. Let me just see what this said again. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. I mean, last time it didn't do anything. Maybe it does something now? +1 bond with Pet Riki. Your mom is here pulling weeds and taking soil readings to make sure the conditions are right for the flowers. She works on this garden like it's her own child. Probably even more so, because the garden can't spend all day in the crash. You haven't given up training Riki Tiki to follow simple commands. They clearly have the ability to understand that you're trying to communicate with them. There's just a huge language barrier. Cal gives you the idea to try clicker training, getting them to associate verbal commands with actions and rewards, using a clicking noise as positive reinforcement. You may as well give it a shot. Let's do this. Oh my... Okay, at least it's several rounds. It's still a lot of points. plus 2 bonus to straights, which is kind of why I want to. I mean, I could use that to get that, but then I can also just use this plus a mushlock because we have more of that. Yeah, I think that's better. That was 19. That's 18. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. Let me see. The straight is really gonna be like important for this, isn't it? But since I have a 3, I might as well go in for a 3 that helps me with points. Then like this. Oh, never mind. That's why I didn't do it. Yeah. The gem. Wait. I think I got it. No, not you. You. Yep, we got it. Just about. Success. You use the clicking as a shared language and Rikki-Tikki quickly begins to respond to your commands. By the end of the afternoon, you're getting pretty reliable results from both stay and follow. We got +1 skill on challenge, win, and +3 bonus to straights. Okay. Oh yeah, we get nothing from 4 elements because we're still injured. This is great. Riki must be more intelligent than people give them credit for. Maybe Riki will be the species that evolves to be codependent with humans like dogs evolved from wolves. We can get rid of either the pink candy or Tammy's care. Tammy's care would make less sense. So, should we forget the pink candy? Sure, okay. You're at lunch with your parents. Sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great. When they put down their cutlery and look at each other, then you. Solace, your mum says. There's something we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard in geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch, and I want you to come with us. I'd rather not, or... okay. Okay. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars has also tagged along, and you take a seat near them. As your mum and Auntie Anne stand to address the council. After Udicott officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mum. I'm not going to mince words, your mum says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food production in geoponics have failed, especially given the failures of the pixie beans. The destruction of the fields during the last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified looks. You've been doomsaying about our food supply for 2 years, Lulu, Red questions. Do you mean to say we're past the point of no return? Your mother nods grimly. I'm afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a autumnal food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. She gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans. We've crunched the numbers. Your mum sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry, geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off soy rations. During wormhole transit, when we lost our hydroponics in the hull breach, she sighs again. I know, I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We need those algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. Why weren't we told earlier? Adults screw everything up, or it's not Mum's fault. I mean, by the sound of it, it's the wormhole's fault. It's not Mum's fault. It's not. The survival of the colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulder. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. The council mumbles agreement. You decide they probably never really blamed her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars, who crosses her arms and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So what do we do now? Instance asks. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mum replies. We need to secure a food source this year before our rations run out. We're working double shifts in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveyors and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folks can help if they've proven themselves around the survey equipment. I'll send out a holo message later. Unlocked forage in the valley and expeditions. Gained status starving. Damn. This has been the burden of geoponics for too long, Udicott says. It's time we all step up. For our future. The council nods in agreement. Your stomach rumbles ominously. Your hunger makes it difficult to do physical tasks. Physical skill increases reduced by 1. Damn. That's not good. Well, I think we should look for a food source. +2 perception, +2 biology. Biology is getting close to the second pip. And I mean, perception will just be 1 because it's a physical challenge, but perception is also our best skill. Forage in the valley. Let's see. Oh, I found something already. Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Solace, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can get out here right now, boosting for our food supplies. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties, or I'll do my best. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties. Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you an oversized backpack. More like a basket than a pack. Use your holopalm to identify edible and medicinal plants, and just throw them in here. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep out on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even the little buckle can get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Any questions? Will this be with me this time? What sort of things should I collect? Is it dangerous out there? What's a fine lady like you doing in a... Oh, for fuck's sake, I can try to flirt with adults now? Nope, I'm good. What sort of thing should I collect? Utopia shows you how to use your holopalm to determine if something is edible. There's a whole category on your holopedia, including photographs and scientific names. It's mainly plants, though there are some minerals and other things that don't look edible at first glance. There's a lot out there we haven't found yet, she says. Document anything you find that looks like it could be useful, but don't put anything in your mouth until you check with me first. Even if it looks edible, it might be a lookalike. Even the plants are sneaky. You're about to leave when Utopia snaps her fingers. Hold up, Solace. We're also investigating some species we might domesticate. Those we'll want to tag and capture. Sorry. Ideally, we're looking for herbivorous creatures that already live in herds and either produce something edible or reproduce quick enough we can slaughter them for meat. If you see anything that fits the bill, tag him and bring him back. There's so much distrust about this planet. I think that's also the attitude the planet has toward us. Yeah, and it should, because we are an invasive species. Oh, Eggy. Something about the ground here draws your attention. It's oddly lumpy. What's up with that? Scope it out, walk through it, or find another way. I don't think there is another way. Scope it out. Oh no. Yeah, it's just gonna be a flush, isn't it? Might as well then... Wait, what? Oh, for each gem on the card, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't do a... thing. Let's just go with this and see what the next round brings. Well, this is not very good. Okay. That's kind of a fluke. I'll take it. We get the kudos. Whoa, it's a potato minefield. Underground, the recent rain has swelled the young melons to bursting. You better watch where you step or you'll end up knee-deep in potato juice. The good news is, they're tasty. I mean, forage one or enjoy a break. We forage. We've also literally just been told not to eat anything that we're not 100% certain of. They're so dang heavy. The calorie to weight ratio isn't optimal. Most are too young, but you find a ripe one, dig it up and roll it back to the depot. We got +1 colony food. Still starving though, which makes sense. Oh hey! Your path is blocked by a massive 8-legged xenofauna, something between a spider and a squid and a bear. It's in a rage, grunting furiously and bashing itself against trees and rocks at random. You duck in tight as it glares in your direction. Its breath heaving and dozens of eyes gleaming with madness. It's the same soft pink purple you recognize from the multi-legged Riki that live in this area, but so much larger. Could this be a related species? Its gaze drops from you to your pet Riki Tiki, who chitters and runs up to it, waving its grasping tentacles. The gigantic creature huffs and leans down to sniff it, its rage forgotten. Let the creature sniff your pet, watch it, fight it, but we can't do that, or sing to it, or sneak away. Let's sing. I mean, let's try to sing. Random card locked in one slot. No, wait. I mean, this would definitely do it. And we have 4 of them. This is a strange approach, but you've seen it work in bits. Sometimes music can soothe the savage beast. You sing a lullaby, and the great beast looks at you with curiosity. Eventually its eyes drift closed, and it settles down, tucking its many legs underneath it. It must have been very tired to begin with, like a toddler who skipped their nap. Leave it or kill it. I mean, obviously. Goodbye. You leave the creature and move on. I don't care if that was a good food source. I didn't like it. And also, we didn't do the check that we needed to find out if it is a good food source. You hear a rustle in the bushes and catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure. Could it be a person? Whatever it is, you quickly lose sight of it in the jungle. Follow it or forget it. Sorry, nah, forget it. Follow it. The wilderness is thick here, as is the fog that comes in waves. You'll need to rely on your tracking skills to go further. Yeah, track it. Card becomes physical card, and thus gets a +1. Okay. Maybe keep that for the later rounds. Since I will keep this between rounds, I might as well play it, right? This answers the question of whether we can do a backwards straight. We cannot. That's unfortunate. That's 16 points. 14. Yeah, I think we do this. Card becomes red. Yeah, 27 might be the best we can do. Alright. Not even close. Don't think that would work. No. I kind of want to draw a new hand. I don't think any of the others +1 to a card and change suit to red. Yeah, we're redrawing that. Let's see if we get anything better. E4. Wait. 2, 3. No, wait, that's a 4 now. Damn it. Okay. Getting there. Now that's basically just a mush wood, isn't it? But it's not that easy. Wait. If I use the mush log, then I'm losing one of the points here, so it's not as easy as just giving something a mush log and it will advance my score. Because I also am getting points for everything that I have here. For like having the full house basically. But if I change you to red, it should still, like, I lose the point for having the same number, but I gain a point for it being red. But that would just still give me plus. Wait. It would just give me. No, it would give me one extra point because it would be red. Because red points get a +1. So it would get +1 from it from it being red, +1 from the card, and +1 from it being red next to other reds. I'm talking about the leftist blue card. Then the 4 blue. It would lose the equal to 4, but I think that's the play. Let me see. Oh wait, never mind, this does the trick. I just realized that I could also just turn it into 5s. Let's take this, then we don't waste the resource. I was overthinking this. You're looking for a person, so it's a surprise when you come face to face with a weird looking creature. It kind of looks like a person, a bit, more like a tree really. Some relative of the bush bub, maybe? But more tentacles and slime, like a tree oozing with goopy sap, with 2 legs. Yuck. It makes a sort of baroo noise at you as you back away. Come on, at least show us what the creature looks like. This is where we came from. A bristle slug is rooting around in the underbrush. It's like a little porcupine with no legs. Well, little as relative, it comes up to your waist, and it must be at least 100 kilogram. You've seen a few of these up at Geoponics. They're easy to catch, and their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible. A chewy, renewable source of food, kind of like jerky. Maybe you could catch this one. Just observe it, try to catch it, or try to kill it, which we can't do because our combat sucks. Or we could ignore it. So observe, catch, which is hard. It's a hard animal challenge. Or ignore it. Observing it might give us an animal point, but that would be negated by us being starving. Alright, we try the challenge? We try the challenge, let's see. 92, that's a lot of points. Not a good start. Okay. That works. First collectible is free. Okay. We are not even nearly close. I could change you into a 4, into a 5. A blue 5. Or 3, 4, 5. I could make you blue and give you a +1. No, you get an extra +5, +1 anyway from being a red card. We could also just redraw the hand. Yeah, I don't think with this hand I can do it. Okay. This is also not nearly close enough. We are very far away from the goal. I don't think we can do it with the cards we have. Or do you see a way? We can still change the color of our cards to red. Both of them. Yeah. I think... Yeah, I don't think this is doable without wasting basically everything we have. Should we give up then? I mean, this was kind of fairly obvious that this was not gonna work. The bristle slug rolls and rolls and rolls out of reach of your net like a spiky crocodile. Damn, you just have to try again with another one who's not in its prime. Okay, that's yellow. Could be important. What do we have here? That's a normal-ish blue one. Also, was there another blue one here that we missed? Oh no, we can't reach that. So yeah, let's go for the yellow one, shall we? That has to be important. You've spent some time working in geoponics, so you know your way around a plant or two. Walking through this area, you notice something different about it. The bare ground feels bouncy, like a trampoline, and the plants all look weirdly stunted. Not a lot can stifle nature here. So it's honestly a little weird that there's no grasses or mosses growing here. Notice the strange spongy soil? Notice the unusual biodiversity, or just bounce for fun? We do have perception and biology. Teenage Exocolonist, my beloved. Hi there. This is my first playthrough, and this is a blind playthrough. You are very welcome to hang out and to vote on the answers that we take. Yeah. Hope you have fun. Notice the unusual biodiversity. All the plants in this clearing are oddly stunted, and there are very few grasses or weeds, as though something has sucked all the nutrients out of the soil. Or wait, is this even soil? You kneel and take a closer look. More like a kind of dense moss or coral, maybe. You press a hand into the moist, squashy substance. It smells sweet and starchy, like cake. It blankets the ground here in a thick, sponge-like layer, swallowing up everything it touches. Gross. But it smells so good. You dig a large chunk of the sponge cake up to bring back to geoponics. Further analysis is needed, but you have a good feeling about this one. Hell yeah. Eat the dirt, literally. Yeah. Very nice. We have some edible dirt. Potentially. Yeah, we have energy for one more thing. Worst case scenario, you die. I mean, yeah. Isn't that always the case? Riki are carnivores, you think, but the juveniles are too small to take out anything larger than an insect. Not so much the case with this one. The Riki blocking your path is pretty large, probably about as tall as your waist, and it's growling at you over the carcass of something even bigger, which seems to be missing its head. Yuck. Fight it, or wait for it to leave, or find another route. I do love the Rikis. I have a Riki pet. Can we do a combat challenge? I mean, it's not a hard one. We can try. But we will not get a combat point for it if we win this, because we are starving. If there is one up for grabs. I guess we can try. Maybe. Yep, let's try the combat challenge. +1 to physical cards, random card locked in one slot. That's fine. That's 16. That's 17. +1 for each gem on other cards. Wait. No, that's nothing. Yeah, we'll see. It's 22. That's only 19. This is probably the best option for this round. Maybe? Wait. '21. Yeah, let's do that so that I have the 2 3s for the other round, maybe. Okay. And nothing that gives us gems, so that was useless. Cool. I also don't have a 2 card, which is not ideal. But I can still turn something into a 2. I don't know if this does the trick. It probably doesn't. Ah, but it's close. It's close enough that we can push through it. I don't know if anything I can do right now would get my chances higher than this. Because the straight is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. I think we pushed through. Yeah, we do have to head back afterwards anyway. So yeah, we pushed through. Let's see. You chase the Riki off and claim ownership of the dead animal. It's no prize. It's completely rotten. It's not even worth calling it a retrieval. Calling in a retrieval team. What a waste. Okay, we're getting there with biology though. Perception is just for some reason so high compared to everything else. At least you got some brain power from it. True. Hey there. How are you doing? Nice. I've also been doing very well, thanks. Yeah. I mean, we rest, obviously. I think the thing that we have for the animals only gives us a plus chance for a level 2 perk, yeah. So we don't necessarily need to rest in the park, we can rest wherever. But we have to rest. We can rest in the park, we can rest in the lounge, or sitting on the wall, I think. Yeah. Yeah, where do we want to relax? We have done the wall sitting. We can still do it though. Let me just look up friendship points we have. Let's be friends with this. Fair enough. I think we are going towards that direction anyway, kinda. This is a good bean. I do agree with that. We have 26 with Mars, 44 with Tangent, 46 with this, 36 with Cal, and 23 with Anemone. And, well, rip. 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 So many people died. Right, relax on the wall. You're sort of half-heartedly scouting by walking along the wall when you come across what looks like a little memorial shrine tucked into an alcove. In it are drawings and mementos for the people who passed away, including Tammy. You're struck once again by the senselessness of her death, letting the grief wash over you, just as strong as the day she died. It's hard to believe that you came this far, through space, only to lose a friend in such a sudden and pointless way. You leave the shrine as is. Right. The Absorbent Brain or the Secret Fun Times Club? If it's any consolation with Exocolonist, your first run is supposed to suck. Yeah, I was pretty sure that that was gonna be the case. Like, that it is pretty clearly signposted that there is gonna be more than one run, means that we have the chance to change things. This is a game to be replayed multiple times, yeah. You have been kinda complaining about the 0 card. Yeah. You got all 27 endings. There are 27 endings. That is a lot. Also, very well done that you got all of them. Let's forget the Absorbent Brain. Early Dust. Wood. Okay. We are getting close to the next pip on empathy. Biology. Perception. Organizing is still a fair bit off, but it is kind of worth doing it still, I guess. Some were good, some were bad, some I went into thinking they would be bad, but in a way they were not. They were just endings. Interesting. I'm also fairly sure that, like, I'm probably not gonna play all endings on stream, but privately at some point I will probably do it. I am enjoying this game a lot. You're still relatively early? Yeah, I thought this might be the case, yeah. I am still in my first year and I'm only 14 years old. I am barely a teenager at this point. Yes, we do have a Riki. We adopted them. They're a level 2 Riki. Baby octopus slash spider slash mushroom critter. Very true. Should we try to get our empathy up maybe to see what happens there? Let's see if we have an option for getting multiple things that we're close with. No, I don't want to talk to you, mouse. I'm sorry. Organizing perception. Toughness. Yeah, honestly, I was already considering looking up if anybody did a crochet pattern for it yet. Because I don't think I can come up with one, but if there's a pattern, I can always make it. Biology and organizing. Biology and toughness. I mean, biology is also very close. Should we do the one that is biology and organizing? Again. I have a plushie of a character you've not met yet, and I love it. It came with a pride flag cape and a Steam code for the game. That is awesome. I think you're advanced enough to come up with patterns. I mean, thanks, but this is a hard one. Like, it has a lot of different things to it. I am advanced enough to come up with definitely something like a turtle, but... research xenobotany. You've been studying the sponge cake you found out in the Valley of Vertigo, in that oddly squishy trampoline-y ground. As you suspected, it is a type of fungus. The analysis bench tells you it contains edible starches. Once dried and processed with a maturing agent, acidic spark snow would work nicely, it will make a wonderful flower. The challenge now is to cultivate it. It multiplies quickly, and you've seen how it stops anything else from growing near it. Plant some hidden in a backfield or ask permission from your mom. Biology might be helpful given you're in a famine. Yes. Famine bad. Just generally. Better let Mum know and not make her freak out and think there's a parasitic fungus eating all the plants. Yeah. Ask permission from your mum. No, absolutely not, she says, before you even open your mouth. Get that out of here before it contaminates the crops. We all know how the pixie beans experiment turned out, she says. I know you've studied this sponge cake, but I'm still not sure about it. Need rebellion less than 30, we don't have that. I'm sure this is safe. I checked. Or, fine, never mind. Yeah, our rebellion is at 60. I'm sure it's safe. I checked. You show her your research. Your mum rubs her face. I know. You're a real chip of the old block, aren't you? You probably have its whole genome mapped already. Fine. Let's find a place for it. You plant the sponge cake in a special field quarantined on the other side of the geoponics dome from the rest of the crops. By the end of the month, you can already tell that it's taken root and will start producing viable food soon. You should get your first harvest during pollen, when the sponge swells up and is at its sweetest. Many of the Earth's crops grow through dust and need to be harvested before wet. This means the colony has more food available year-round. It's going to be an incredible boon. Cultivating sponge cake card, and we got +5 colony food. unlike the pixie beans, you studied this stuff before trying to grow any. True. It's like mint, it needs to be kept in solitary confinement. Yes, fight food is very good, since, you know, we're starving currently. This is interesting. Yep. With interesting, I don't necessarily mean good. Will this be enough? We'll see. We'll see, I guess. We can still go out and try for more stuff. DMC looks so happy right now, though. You can check what the level is at the depot. Oh yeah, true. Probably, definitely not enough. We look ready right now because... happy right now because we are well rested. Can't make... Yeah, really can't make a straight out of it, I think. Well, not like this anyway. Oh, if this is the highest value, also means it can't be... Yeah, okay, wait. Can't be at the same level as that 3. Right. Oh, come on. Means we need one resource. It doesn't really matter which. We have the most of the flour right now. Well, except for this, but this is not helpful. Or... wait. That's what this works. I'm stupid. Yes. Getting there. It's time for Winternalia, the yearly midsummer celebration when the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. Well, it would be. But as you file into the main square, you can't help but notice that the feast table is nearly empty. What Anne lacked in resources, she made up with care. The dishes are lovingly plated. Soy cakes glisten, steam rises from buns stuffed with mince, and there are great pitchers of vegetable broth rendered out from even the most inedible food scraps. There's a neat stack of sugar cubes for dessert. Whole sugar, what a luxury. And in an underwhelming feast, that'll be the highlight. Governor Eudicott's welcoming speech this year is short. Her frail body trembles as she welcomes you all to Vertamnalia with a dry, whispery voice, then has to be helped off stage. Like all of you, she has been feeling the effects of the famine. Everyone clears away the chairs for the annual competition. Which one do you participate in this year? We can do the pentathlon, needs toughness 25 or greater. We are not creative enough or have good reasoning enough for the others. We could also just watch, or participation is for join us. Let's do the pentathlon. Com adds something new every year, but no one's really at their best given the rationing. Running around sweating in the hot suns seems like a luxury nobody can afford, even you energetic kids. The spectators listlessly wave fans as Com announces that this year's edition will be thumb wrestling. Last 30 seconds against Com or get a time penalty. Unless you want to be a rebel, then 5. I mean, we are rebelling kind of anyway right now. It just happens. Anemone's face falls. No fair, she exclaims. Com's the shipwide thumb wrestling champion. He talks about it all the time. He's the worst. Com just shrugs and blows his whistle for you to get into position. Let's see. We need 68. +1 to physical cards. Sad. I need 3 more points. This, I think, gives me 3 more points. If I give it to this card? Yes? Oh no, I beefed it. Yeah, I don't think I can get to exactly 31. Might as well go for higher points then. Eh. You don't beat Comet the thumb wrestle. Nobody can. He's the best. But you do manage to hold on through 10 seconds of maneuvering and fake outs and double fake outs. The man is a master. In fact, the thing you learn from Com in those 30 seconds can be applied to the bot you have to wrestle at the end of the contest. You wonder how you never noticed before how much of bot wrestling is finesse, not just brawn. We get another bot wrestling champion card. You win handily. Anemone whines at Com for being unfair, but she still takes second place. After the festivities, the whole colony takes a few days off for a break. Well, except for geoponics, and the foragers, and the kitchens, and everyone who uses the break from their usual work to help out in the places they didn't close. Okay, it's not really a break, but you try to take it easy anyway. Kudos doubled. Oh, we haven't checked in with the shop to see. Well, there's nothing here still. Okay. Colony food shortfall minus 40%, dangerously low. Colony security rating is 10%. If you can hold a basket, you can be on the foraging team. Come see me. Or me, says the sheep cultivator fluorescent. Yeah, that's the same people. So you need to find four more food. Alright. Shall we go out again then? Try to get that food. Nine events remaining, 8 collectibles, and 1 boss event. Let's go. More would be better, but 4 if you want to break even. That makes sense. Thank you. There's nothing else here. Right. Oh, I missed that Xeno egg last time. Yes, please. Thank you. You come out of the trees into a large grassy clearing. In the middle is, well, you can only describe it as a pedestal. In the middle of a cradle of flowers sits a massive egg, easily larger than any egg you've seen before. It's white with red flecks, and it's just sitting here, in the middle of the empty clearing, totally unprotected. Take it or leave it. This feels like a trap. It kinda does. What do we do about it? Egg could be food. Egg could be food. Let the dice decide. We could do that. Because if I learned anything in my biology classes involving animals, then no critter would leave the egg unguarded. That is very true, but earlier we did take a photo of a baby and it worked out fine. Not without taking steps to protect it. Yes. I have screamed before at people who have like tried to pet a baby hog. Like wild hog? In like nothing that I've been there in person for. I would not have even gone close to one. You do need food, yes. I mean, we can still let the die decide and see what turns up. Eggs are good protein. Very true. I'm rolling. The dice says to leave it. Sorry, egg. That could have also been an option of having a new critter pal. I would have liked that. Let's see if the other option on the other side. Egg. Okay, all options are blue. Let's just take one at random then. Probably for the best. We don't know. We will never find out. A herd of float cow are grazing nearby. You watch them peacefully bob along, occasionally releasing streams of urine or clouds of helium to maintain a steady height. Try to milk one, try to capture one, try to kill one, or leave them alone. Capturing is a hard animal challenge. For the last one we were like 10 points off, I think. Oh, also I wanted to check. Yes, we do have a second Botathlon champion. Last time we did fail the check, that is very true. I say you try catching it, more critters for a farm. Alright, rolling a die. And if all else fails, well, they might be edible. The die says to try to capture it. We'll see. Alright, you get... Yeah. This is the best outcome we could hope for round 1, I think. This is a lot of points. Right. Wait. Don't have to use you. 2, 3, 4... Damn it. Still fairly good. $26. Also 26, then we're taking this one. That makes more sense. +2 to cards with gems. We don't have anything with gems. +1 for each card with each gem on other cards. Nothing here has a gem. Oh, this isn't horrible. We could still try to get something better. We do have enough stress possibility to be able to push through that. Or we could try to use these things to get a better result. I don't think it's gonna be plus 10 better. We have currently 2 logs. We could advance it to either 4 6s. When all else fails, spam log. Yeah, we do only have 2 logs is the problem. It's not gonna be enough, I don't think. Wait. What if we use... No, +1 to physical cards, never mind. Might cost less stress penalty, that is true. Changing suits to yellow doesn't do anything right now. Because I already have like... I already have a +1 on the cards anyway, so it wouldn't go up to a 7 or an 8 with that. And I already have... I'm using the Tammy card to get that to a 6. Yeah. Turning this 5 into a red 6 doesn't help either, really. Because then we still have this, unless of course we change that with this one. Wait. We could... Wait. We could also spam eggs. We have 3 eggs. Let's see. Wait. Log. Then this. Well, that didn't help. But other log. There we go. That was very expensive, but it did work. Need to get more logs now. Anyway, eventually you pick out one young female that looks underfed and moves more slowly than the others. She seems like an outcast. The others won't let her eat, and they keep chasing and harassing her. She should be easier to catch, and as malnutritioned as she is, maybe easier to tame. You get a lasso around her and hold her down while she whinnies in terror and releases her piss ballast to try to get away. You're in the blast radius, but you hold firm. You're able to bob her along behind you all the way back to the depot. Well, howdy, Utopia says, when you bring the float cow in. What do we have here? Why, you're a real cowpoke, Solace. I'm a mite jealous. She inspects the tired float cow. She's looking a little under the weather, Utopia proclaims. Here's hoping we can nurse her back to health back on the ranch. I'll take her back myself. You can come see her anytime in geoponics. We got 1 colony food and 20 kudos. Unlock tending animals in geoponics. That's also very good. We now have a float cow. That was probably worth it. A dense cloud of pollen makes it hard to even see your hand in front of your face here. It's a good thing you have a helmet with a filter. It's not perfect though, and it doesn't help visibility. Be patient and look carefully, stroll through or find another way around. Good that we have perception 50 or greater, I guess. So that we have that option at least. Be patient and look carefully. The pollen clouds eventually shift and you're able to see glimpses of the path through. It looks clear. Stroll through or find another way around. Yeah, be careful around this stuff. Yeah, our father is ignoring it and I don't like it. We know at this point that there's literally a fungus growing in his lungs because of this stuff. Or at least that is what causes people to really react badly to it. I don't like it. Stroll through. Huh? No problem this time. Okay. Okay, there we're coming up on the boss there. Okay, found one more thing. You come across a veritable feast of berry bushes. Gloopy, sagging bushes with enormous purple berries. They look delicious. Research them first, harvest them, ignore and continue through them, or go another way. Yeah, we're researching. Never eat a berry without knowing what it is. You're a cart with a gem. Why are you a cart with a gem? Not helpful. Oh, okay. I didn't see that you also profit from gems. That's good. If you do not know what a berry is, do not put it in your mouth. Well, yes. Very, very true. When I was a little kid, did something that has scared my mother half to death. There was a bush of red berries, very, very much poisonous berries. I don't know their name just now. And baby me took a handful of them and smeared them around my mouth. I didn't eat them, mind. I smeared them around my mouth. And my mum, seeing that, obviously, had a very, very fun afternoon of trying to make me vomit. And then she found out, after having managed, that I did not eat them. She was relieved and very mad. It could have been worse. You could have tried eating glass bulb ornaments as a kid. Did you do that? Yes. Yeah, also very much not good. At least I didn't actually eat them, I just pretended to, for some fucking reason. Wait, let me see, can I do this? That's 25 points, and I keep 2 of my level 5 cards. It's actually not bad as an outcome. I see potentially 3 5s. Let me just put in some random cards first. In my defense, Tiny Me was left unattended around glass objects and they looked like apples. I mean, yes. Your parents should have known better. Right. Right. There we go. Two more points for the biology thing. Oh no, we actually have it. Okay. It didn't count the ones yet. Okay. Oh, these purple berries? They're not even in the holopedia as berries. They're some kind of explosive seed pod. You take a few steps back, careful not to set one off. Harvest them or set them off from a safe distance. That could have gone really, really badly. Boom fruit. Yes. I mean, yeah. We have to set them up from a safe distance. What is the point in bringing them back to the colony? Or is there a point? I don't know. Maybe as a defensive thing? Now that we know what it is? There's a tree IRL that has exploding seed pods? Is there? That is insane. Set them off from a safe distance. You shield yourself behind a tree and throw rocks at the bushes until with a satisfying pop, 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 the explosive berries begin to trigger in a chain reaction. Each burst sends seeds flying in all directions like shrapnel, setting off nearby berry bushes. You then carefully cut a path through the thicket and continue on your way. Sandbox tree. I'm gonna look that up later. That is... wow. That is very cool. Collectibles respawn faster and more slots are filled. Yay! I can't get to the collectibles because there's something in the way. So let's do that then. You're alone, exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. Its bark is covered in sharp spikes, has sap that contains neurotoxins and explosive seed pods. That sounds like the coolest tree ever. You're alone, exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. The pollen is thick here, and your air filter is overworked. A warning light has been flashing orange for the last 10 minutes. But there are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers with intense rainbow hues, and strange lumps of fungal matter which pulse as if they're breathing. You cut some samples. Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for these. The pollen is especially thick up ahead, deep fuchsia and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of reflected light. It's kind of magical. Press forward or turn back. forward. You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it is densest. You come upon a glade filled with what seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They're all formed from the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growth. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole in the center of the glade. Check for danger, inspect the topiaries, take a sample of the fungus, look into the hole or leave. Maybe you can learn something about the pollen stuff that makes folks sick? Hopefully. Since our father refuses to wear his respirator. Like, if we don't find a cure for him, I am very certain that he will die because of the pollen. Another term for the sandbox tree is the dynamite tree. The seed can reach a velocity of 150 mph or 241 kilometers per hour and reach a distance of 60 feet. Damn! KMP? Yeah. And every part of this plant is poisonous. The sap, the bark, the leaves, the fruit. That is amazing. Also, I am already on its Wikipedia page. The German name of it is Sandbüchsenbaum. Sand flint tree, I guess. Like flintlock pistol. You cannot even burn the damn things because the smoke from burning it contains neurotoxins. It would, yeah. Fuck. Check for danger. You've seen plant-like animals before. Are these topiaries actually predators waiting for you to get close? You watch them carefully from the edge of the glade. They're completely still, not breathing. There are no life signs. Good. Your envirosuit beeps a warning. Same things as before. Maybe grab a sample and get out? Maybe. Let's do that. One shimmer cure. As you bend down to take the sample, you realize the dense shining haze is coming from the topiaries. The fog is seeping out of holes at the end of each fungal growth. You break off a few of the growths into a collection vial. You remember helping Tang for extra credit in biology class. She said that the shimmer, the seasonal illness that affects your dad in pollen, is some kind of colonizing fungal growth. Could this be related? Your envirosuit beeps a louder warning. Inspect the topiaries, look into the hole or leave. Well, I mean... Okay, so Büchse can mean either like a flintlock pistol or just a box, so I guess it translates just to sandbox tree. Ish. guess we do all. Do we? Do we do all? I don't know. The Enviro suit is beeping loudly now. Do you want to chance another thing, Cut? Last thing you need is someone having to drag your buttocks back out of the store cloud. Yeah. Spore cloud. Yes, very much. Let's leave. That's probably the sensible thing to do. You leave. As you exit the thick pollen and are able to see again, your mask warning light starts flashing red. The filter is finally clogged. You got out of there not a moment too soon. You lurch back to the checkpoint where the other foragers quickly replace your filter. Utopia chides you for not paying attention. If you can even get out in time. We did. Yeah. We can still keep exploring because I wanted to pick these up. We have enough for one more thing. That is just one more way to loop back around. Is there somewhere where we unlock new areas? This. Let's take this one. You come across a cluster of mushrooms. Are they edible? There's only one way to find out. Well, there are a few ways. If you're not a coward, identify the mushrooms, eat one and see, tromp on through, I'll just go around. Eat one and see, best case scenario is we grow, like, into a house-sized person or some shit. Worst case scenario, we die. Even worst case scenario, we eat one, we don't immediately die, and we make other people eat one too, and then everybody dies. Idea it before you bite? Yes, always. Okay. Plus one at card is this. You don't have a gem on you, no. Well... You're in a famine, not the time to be ducking around. Very true. 2, 3, 4, 5. No, you go here. Well, I could have just placed the other one there, it's fine. Oh, you get a +1 if the next card is... Yeah, okay. That's 20. That's also 20. So you're a 5 and you're a 6 if I play this. So we have 4, 5, 6. And nothing else that goes with it. We do get a bonus for straights. Oh yeah, right, for each card. Each gem on other cards. Need 3 more points. That's 3 more points. You determine that these mushrooms aren't only poisonous but explosive as well. Bloody hell! You mark their location down on your holopalm so other foragers know to stay clear of the area, and your Protopia rings you a few kudos for good scouting. Yay! Okay. We can do one more thing, actually. Let's do one more thing. You find a trippet, a large tasty plant, kind of? You've heard it's sort of like an animal too. Like a lot of creatures on Vatamna, it kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's practically taller than you are. Harvest some stalks or note its location and move on. Why is there no identification option? I don't like that. I want to identify it before I harvest things from it. That looks like male genitalia. Thanks, Kurt. It's a mix of animal and plant. Yeah. So cutting off its stalk might hurt it, but you do need food. Yes. That is the problem. I would like to identify it first. Also to see if it is actually a good food source. But the game doesn't let me. So I guess we could harvest it, hurting it potentially, or we could note its location on the map and somebody else decides what to do with it. One of the adults, preferably. Could harvest it to bring it back. I mean, I can roll a die. Okay, let's harvest. It does say that they are tasty in the text, so they must be edible. Does it say that? A large tasty plant, yeah. How do I know it's tasty? That's very true. Alright, we harvest. Let's see. You start breaking off the freshest and youngest looking shoots. The plant shudders. Analyze that shudder, keep harvesting, or stop. Now it gives me an analyzation option. Sorry, little guy. Let's analyze. Bonus to straights again. And during Pride Month, how dare they? Well, it's not Pride Month anymore, it's fine. Yeah, this is... No. No, this is not what I wanted. Wait. Bonus straights. This is a straight. This is probably a better choice. Yeah. More straights. Might as well go for a tiny bit more points. Either way, we win this challenge. Yep, this plant is alive and sentient, like an animal. It is definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. It's hard to tell if it's in pain, really, but you'd say discomfort at least. All the same, keep harvesting or stop. This time, knowing what you're doing. Normally I would agree, but you need food. Alright, split decision. Rolling a die then. Let's see. The die agrees that we should harvest it. It keeps shuddering. You hear a low, long whistle and realize it's coming out of the tripet's holes, like a very quiet bagpipe slowly contracting. We got more monies for it. Go on or leave. And the worst bit is, it's not even giving me food, units. Stop, I think it'll blow up or something. It could just be a defense system of, like, something coming out of the holes. There are holes for a reason. This could be a hive at the same time as a thing. I did not consider that it might blow up. I don't know. Maybe it's not gonna blow up. We don't know. We are encountering this plant for the very first time. Plant animal thing. Should we stop? We should probably stop. Now I feel bad. Okay. We stop. You stop harvesting the turret stalks and let it recover in peace. You make a note on your map of where it is, but oddly, you never find it again. Alright, I would love to do the new thing that is available now, by which I mean tending to the animals, but we are worn out, so that is only possible in the month after, and I should also stop. Tend the animals. I know that I'm too stressed out. We should stop. It is 11 PM here. I should get to bed, or soonish anyway. It is very late, yes. I'm just gonna save. Get the heck to bed. That's, yeah. We'll do that. Thanks for joining. I do really want to pick this up next week. I do think I have to work Friday though, so we'll see if we can pivot to a different day, or if I just go home early again next week. Might not be possible. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.